Our daily lives are just, well, packed with conversations, aren't they?
Absolutely.
From, grabbing a coffee to maybe a serious doctor's visit, we're constantly talking.
Mm-hmm.
But what if those everyday chats, the ones we barely think about, actually have this hidden layer, like a secret language of information and social cues?
That's exactly what we're diving into today.
Yep.
Think of this as your shortcut to getting really clued in on the hidden workings, the surprising stuff happening in just regular conversations.
Okay.
It's not just what we say, but how we say it, why we choose certain words, and all those unspoken rules kind of guiding the whole thing.
Right. So our mission here is to really unpack some real-world examples of dialogue.
Yes, snippets of actual conversation.
We'll look at the practical info being swapped, decode the social signals, and uncover the invisible rules behind our routine interactions.
And the hope is that this helps you, the listener, become even more tuned in to the world around you, to really hear the undercurrents beneath the surface.
Okay, let's start where things need to be super clear. Personal health and well-being.
Good place to start.
It's actually amazing how fast and efficiently information gets passed along in these health chats, especially when we're feeling maybe a bit vulnerable. There's a real skill to it.
There is. And a key thing you'll notice is how these talks are often structured, like really deliberately structured. They move you quickly from here's the problem to here's the diagnosis and then straight to here's what you need to do.
Like Mr. Johnson at the dentist.
Perfect example. His problem was straightforward. Terrible toothache, couple of days, hurt with hot and cold.
And the dentist finds a cavity on a molar. Simple enough.
But crucially, they didn't just stop at the diagnosis, did they?
No, they connected it straight to his lifestyle, liking sweets, candy, soda, snacks.
Exactly. Linking it directly to the tooth decay. That's not just about fixing the tooth now.
It's about teaching something for later, a preventative piece.
Precisely. It's what you might call proactive patient education. The advice wasn't just get a filling, it was specific. Cut back on the sugary stuff. Go for healthier things like fruits, veggies, berry.
So the filling is the solution.
Right, the immediate solution. But the conversation wraps it all up with prevention, keep up the brushing, watch the sugar. It's a neat little package, a holistic view on a specific issue.
That makes sense. And we see that kind of streamlined approach elsewhere too. Like David's doctor visit for headaches. Problem. Headaches. Quick check. Blood pressure is normal.
Yeah.
Solution. Here's a prescription. And very specific instructions, right? Take with food, drink plenty of water.
Maximum clarity, minimum confusion. It's all about efficient information transfer.
Okay, and what about the pharmacy? Mr. Thomas, his daughter's rash after camping.
Ah, yes, that one's interesting too. He thought it was just mosquito bites.
But it hung around for days.
Right. So the pharmacist gives a layered response, not just one thing.
Yeah, she suggested a cream for the itching right away.
But crucially adds that it's not for serious rashes.
Okay, important caveat. Then a daily treatment and these efficient pills every 2 days.
Yeah, different options for treatment, but the most vital bit.
If it gets worse, see a doctor.
And notice the phrasing. She highly recommended it.
What does that tell us, that specific wording?
Well, highly recommend is what we call hedging language. It's strong advice, conveys urgency, but it doesn't cross the line. It guides him toward more expert care if things don't improve.
Wow.
It's actually amazing how much crucial info, warnings, next steps gets packed into just a few minutes in these health conversations.
It really is. So much focus.
Okay,
So that's health. But what about when we're just, buying things? Or checking into a hotel? Are those conversations just as scripted, or is it different?
well, let's jump into that, the world of transactions and leisure.
Right. Because our everyday buying, our activities, they're also full of details and social bits. More than just the money changing hands.
Definitely. These interactions absolutely need specific details to work smoothly. And you often get these subtle social things happening that really shape the whole experience. Think about Michael Jack and Emily Jones checking into the hotel.
Okay, so you've got the basics. Name, reservation 2 nights, standard room, king bed, or single. That kind of thing.
The essentials. But then it quickly expands, right? ID, credit card for extras, room number 312 or maybe 305, third floor, elevators over there.
It's like a mini orientation.
Exactly. It's information layering. First the room, then the extras. Pool and hot tub close at 10, restaurant serves till 11, room service. Oh, and you can get a grilled chicken sandwich, fries, iced tea, takes about 30 minutes.
And then that chance meeting between Michael and Emily.
Yeah. He's there for work, a marketing meeting, workshop. She's there for fun, a concert, museums, trying restaurants.
And even that little chat reveals more practical info. The gym's on the second floor, open 24/7.
It just keeps layering on the information naturally without feeling like a data dump.
That layering is interesting. Or think about Mary and John eating out. Starts practical. Chicken salad, spaghetti, garlic bread, water, lemonade. The order.
But then it shifts almost immediately.
To enjoyment, right? How good the food is, the salad dressing, the sauce on the spaghetti. It becomes shared.
Yeah, Mary says something like, dining out like this is a great way to end a busy week.
And John adds, good food and a good partner make for a perfect evening. It's connection.
And don't forget the waiter pushing the chocolate lava cake. That must-try recommendation, classic social influence right there.
Right. Okay, and grocery shopping. That seems like chaos sometimes, but there's a lot going on conversationally, too.
Oh, grocery stores are fascinating communication hubs. You've got the practical stuff, navigating apples here, bread there, granola bars in aisle 5.
Then the budget hits, $48.75 total. Oh, 10% off grapes. Nice.
And the choices being made out loud. Broccoli instead of cabbage. Potatoes are pricey, but hey, versatile soup, fried. Oh, and we're out of pepper.
But it gets richer with the family side of things, doesn't it? The subtle health lessons.
Totally. Kids want cookies. Okay, special treat. Ice cream after shopping. One kid hates carrots.
And mom pulls out the Popeye reference.
Yeah.
They're good for you. Even if Popeye actually ate spinach.
Yeah, close enough. It shows the negotiation, right? Between treats, health, what kids want, what parents want, and buying those homegrown mushrooms for $10. It's value, desire, health, all mixed up.
It really is a negotiation. Even quick things like buying an engagement ring.
Super purpose-driven. Her fingers are slender. Okay, we can measure. Classic setting. Yes. Need it in 1-2 weeks. Got it. Clear goals, clear info.
Or furniture shopping. John and Mike debating the table.
That's a great one for values. Brown oak, durable, lasts ages. White birch looks luxurious now.
But the oak wins on lifespan. It's a trade-off debate.
Exactly. Revealing what matters more to them. Aesthetics versus longevity.
And even just finding a newsstand in a new town. That conversation tells a story.
It does. The newcomer mentions the town's winding roads. It's a maze. That sets the scene. I'm lost.
Then the specifics. Looking for the Wall Street Journal, USA Today, maybe the New York Times, or a sports magazine. Oh, baseball.
And the answer is just as specific. Baseball America, 26 times a year, $8 an issue. It's pinpointing information in a confusing context.
And the bookstore example, looking for a grammar book.
Another great example of choice and redirection. Hardcover, stronger, looks nice. Paperback, lighter, portable, cheaper, maybe less durable.
And the person chooses paperback portability wins.
Utility over aesthetics or longevity there. And then the helpful, no, we don't have French grammar, but try Blackwell's on Broad Street. It's not just a dead end.
It points you forward.
So what this really brings up is just how much unspoken knowledge about products, about services, about what people prefer gets swapped in these everyday chats, often without us really thinking about it.
They're more than just transactions.
Yeah, they're like tiny negotiations, mapping out preferences, sometimes even giving directions or advice on the fly.
Okay, so we've seen health, we've seen shopping and leisure, intricate dances of info and preference. But what about when this setting gets more formal, more rule-bound? How do conversations change when there are explicit rules, learning goals, or accountability involved?
Right. The dynamic definitely shifts then.
Let's look at interactions in those more structured places, work, school, even dealing with law enforcement. These situations highlight the explicit rules, the expectations, and sometimes the consequences.
Yeah, in these contexts, clarity is absolutely non-negotiable. The stakes can be much higher. Take a work meeting, Bob, Alice, the manager.
Right.
The purpose is crystal clear.
Yep.
New client, marketing plan, expectations, also clear. Brainstorm for tomorrow, read the report I emailed, come up with ideas that fit what the customer needs. That's explicit goal setting.
And the manager drives it home, right? This project is very important, needs complete focus.
Zero ambiguity. It's all about making sure everyone's on the same page, accountable, pulling in the same direction.
Makes sense. And in a classroom, learning about plants.
Similar idea, but focused on pedagogy teaching. The core science is simple. Plants need water, sun, soil. Broken down, easy to grasp.
Then it becomes hands-on, planting seeds, sunflower, tomato.
And the teacher gives crucial care instructions. Be patient, sunflowers take weeks, tomatoes maybe longer. And the big one, don't overwater.
Establishing rules for success.
Exactly. Fundamental rules for growth, for taking care of something.
And then Moving to the really serious end, the police station. Jim Davis.
Yeah, that's a stark one. Found passed out, park bench, 2 a.m., drunk, incoherent.
The violation is stated very directly. Public intoxication, sleeping on benches after hours against the law.
No wiggle room there. The rules are the rules.
And the consequences are immediate, concrete, $200 fine, fingerprints taken, even for a first time.
Right. And Jim's response, stupid mistake, won't happen again. That shows the loop closing, understanding the rule, facing the consequence, acknowledging responsibility.
So these settings really underscore how language is used to enforce norms, set expectations, and ensure things run according to the rules.
Precisely. Language becomes the tool for order and instruction in these structured environments.
Okay, so language is powerful for rules, for teaching, for getting things done. But what about just connecting? The simple human stuff. How does that work in our daily chats?
Ah, that's the glue, isn't it?
Yeah, let's bring it back to just the human side of it all.
Yeah.
Beyond the practical info, beyond the rules, there's this fundamental power in just connecting with people, even briefly.
And these moments, they build relationships, they form our social fabric.
They really do. They're the essence of that social glue.
And if you step back and look at the bigger picture, all these everyday interactions, even the really short ones, they strengthen those bonds. They make life, well, more enjoyable. Think about Sarah and Peter at the coffee shop.
Right, their little routine. Meet almost every day for coffee. Why? Because they make the best coffee.
Simple reason. And the chat is brief, work's busy, big project deadlines, but enjoying the challenge.
But it ends with reinforcing the connection. Planning for next week. Sounds like a plan.
It's a small thing, maybe seems trivial, but it's a consistent touch point. A ritual that strengthens their friendship, adds rhythm to the week.
That makes sense. And what about at home? Tom and Anna, chores and homework.
Yeah, you see collaboration there, helping with groceries, getting stuck on multiplication, practical stuff.
But then it shifts.
To shared fun, planning a movie night, popcorn involved, and crucially, making sure mom and dad are included. It's explicit family time.
It's not just about the tasks.
No, it's about building what you might call relational scaffolding. These small shared moments, helping each other, planning things together, they build and reinforce the family connections. The important stuff.
They really are the threads weaving us together in our families or communities.
Yeah.
Taking ordinary moments and making them count.
Absolutely. They might look small from the outside, but these frequent, often brief interactions add up. They contribute massively to our social well-being. It's just fundamental to being human.
So we've really covered a lot of ground. We've gone from the precision needed in health chats and buying things.
The details and the preferences.
To the clear rules in places like work or school.
Where expectations and consequences are spelled out.
And finally, to just the simple, vital act of connecting with others every day.
And we really hope this deep dive has maybe opened your eyes a bit to how much is really going on in those conversations, how much information, how much insight, how much human experience is packed in there.
Often totally unnoticed.
Right. So this is genuinely a shortcut to being more informed about the world right around you just by listening a bit more closely.
So here's something to think about. The next time you're, checking into a hotel, buying groceries, maybe just grabbing that daily coffee. Take a second. Consider, what's the hidden script playing out right now? What little nuggets of knowledge or maybe connection are you actually uncovering in that simple exchange?